Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Alex with the WP Creators Club. And in this video, I just want to show you 3 quick ways you can embed a Google Maps onto your website without using the Google API, without having to enter a credit card number and kind of go through all that. And each way is going to kind of have its own pros and cons, so to speak. And one way is going to be great if you have multiple locations, and others going to be great for just mobile users in general. So it's just going to kind of depend on what you're looking for. So first, let me just show you where we're going to be putting the Google Maps. I've just created a generic contact form page, and let's say we want to have the Google Map right between our call to action and our contact form, maybe somewhere down here. And I've already created a section. We just need to drop our map in. So what I'm going to do is come over here to Google Map, and I'm going to go ahead and put in 115 Federal Street, PNC Park here in Pittsburgh. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And if this was the location I wanted to have a maps to, or a map to, I can do 2 things. I can either click on share right here on the panel that slides out, or if I click on the hamburger menu in the upper left, in this panel that slides out, there's an option that says share or embed map. So I can click on either. They're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and click on share. And from here, I'm going to click on the second tab, which is embed a map. And this will give me a iframe code. So I'll copy this, and I'm going to drop it into a code module here. In this example, I'm using the Divi theme from Elegant Themes, but obviously feel free to use whatever builder you prefer, whatever you feel most comfortable in. You'll notice by default, though, our map is only taking up about half of this section, and that's because the Google Maps iframe has an explicit width set, and it's 600, so this is taking up 600 pixels here. So I'm going to go ahead and just change this to 100%, and you'll notice that we get a nice full width map here with our location in the middle. That same trick doesn't work for the height, so I can't change this to 100% height or 100% or 50% height or even 100 VH. You'll notice it just doesn't work. I need to give it just an explicit number that it's going to use in pixels. So I'm going to set it to 500 because that'll give us a nice tall wide section here. And the nice thing about this method is that obviously people still have their interactive options, their zoom in, zoom out over here. You can see that it's got the information. It's right now obscured a little bit by the builder, but it's got the location information, directions, and it will also play nice on mobile devices. As I switch it to tablet view here, and then even to mobile phone view, we still have a nice tall section here where people can see what's going on. We're just losing stuff on the sides here to fit the screen size. So that will definitely play nice on all screen sizes. So let's go ahead and get rid of this, and I'll show you the next option, which is great if you have multiple locations that maybe you want to showcase on the map. So I'm going to close this out here, and I'll just go right back to our basic map. If we slide this panel out and click on our hamburger menu here, we're going to go down to your places. And you'll see that if we click on maps, we'll have any maps that you've created will show up here. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on create map here at the bottom to create a new one. And it's going to load us into a screen here. And so I'm going to go ahead and change the title here because this will actually display on your Google Maps, so people will be able to see it. And you may just want to call it locations. You can call it whatever you want. I'll just type Pittsburgh locations actually. Put a description if you like. I'm going to hit save. And now I would name this untitled layer as well because this is going to show up as well. And you could call it the same thing if you wanted. I'm just going to call it locations. It doesn't really matter. So now I can start searching for my location. So I'm going to go back to 115 Federal Street here in Pittsburgh. I'm going to click add to map. And now I can customize some things about this. So the cool method about this, or the cool thing about this method beyond being able to add multiple markers to the map, is you can kind of also customize the content and the look and the feel. So I'm going to click on the edit here, and I'm just going to write Pittsburgh Pirates. And I'll go ahead and hit save. And I'm also going to I'm going to click on style. I'm going to make the map marker black since the Pirates are black and gold, black and yellow. And for the icons, I'm going to choose a baseball icon here. There we go. And I'll go ahead and add a second location, and I'm just going to do Heinz Field. and I don't know the address of Heinz Field. I'm going to add this one to the map as well. And I'm going to edit it, and I'm just going to write Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'll do the same thing. I'll edit the style to match, and for the icon, I will select a football icon, American football icon. So now we've got our map with our two locations here. And if I zoom out, you'll be able to see them both here. Now, I can't just share this map as is. If I go to share it, or if I go to embed it, you'll notice it says this map is not public. Click on the share button to allow others to view it. So before we can actually embed it, we just need to make it publicly viewable. And we do that by clicking on share. And right now, private access, I can change that to public on the web. Anyone on the internet can find and access, no sign-in required. Save. And then I can click done, and now I can click on embed on my site, and it will give me an iframe code just like before, that I can come in here and again open up your module. I can drop it in, but you'll notice we still have that width of 600 and a height of 480, so I'm going to change this to 100, and 480 is fine. I can leave it. You'll notice that it hasn't updated the Heinz Field one yet. I believe these update automatically on their own as you change things, which is another bonus to them. And actually, let's just do preview and see if that will trigger it to update. So that looks good there. So now let's grab this embed code and just see if it does it. And it may take longer. I don't know how long it takes for the Google Maps to update themselves. So let me drop it in here. Yeah, so you'll see we've got our football there now. And again, I'm going to set this to 100%. Hit save. And this method has a couple other cool options as well. So let me save this and exit the Visual Builder so we can actually play around with some of these features here and show you kind of what is different in this map. So I'm going to go ahead and exit. And I'm going to view the website as a normal visitor to the website would see it. So we've got our stuff loading in up top there. Here's our map. So, whoops, I can zoom in and out, obviously. And I can click on these, and the information will slide out from the side. Pittsburgh Steelers, this is what I named it. Here's the details from the map. So it's got some reviews, it's got the address, it's got some pictures. People can view it in Google Maps. They can click to get directions. Same for both places. So it's pretty cool. See Pittsburgh locations, this shows up. This is a great way to showcase multiple locations on your map. So with that, let me enable the Visual Builder. I'm going to get rid of this guy again. And actually what we're going to do, let me close out these other tabs here. We're going to go back to our plain old Google Maps here. And I'm going to actually do a search, and we'll do 115 Federal Street. This method is a little bit different, but it has a couple of added benefits to it. The first being that we're not going to embed the map itself. What we're going to do is we're actually just going to take a screenshot of this. And I'm going to use the built-in Mac screenshot software here. And sorry if this noise is kind of loud. There we go. All right, so I've taken a screenshot of this. And let me jump back to my page here since we're in the Visual Builder. Let's go ahead and delete this guy. And instead of adding in the code module, I'm going to add an image module. So I'm going to put the screenshot on right on this this thing here, right on the website. Now you'll notice by default this screenshot, it's a PNG and it's 2.5 megabytes. On a real website, I would not advise putting this on there. This is massive. So I would first optimize this image. I would run it through Photoshop or Pixlr or however you optimize your images. You don't want to put an image this size on there, so make sure you optimize it first. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to go ahead and upload it just to show you what I mean here. So now we've got this nice full-size image, and you might be saying, no, wait a minute, this isn't the same thing as a map. I want an actual map. What we're going to then do is slide this out. We're going to click on share, and before how we were doing the embed a map, we're going to use the send a link, and we're going to copy this link here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to make this a clickable image. Again, I'm in Divi. This is how I do it in Divi. Do it in, however makes sense in whatever builder that you're using. Make a clickable image. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And the reason why this is kind of a cool method is, number one, if you're using a responsive theme for your site, the image is going to be responsive, meaning this is going to play nice on all different website or web devices, web screen sizes. That's what I was looking for. So it'll automatically resize itself. So it's going to play nice in that regard. The other regard is that it doesn't have to make an external HTTP request when the page loads. So you're going to have one fewer request that your website is making on page load, which is good because it will help with page load time. The other thing that's cool is, since we've made it clickable, if somebody clicks on this map, it's going to open a new tab and it's going to take them right to this location in Google Maps where they can search nearby, they can share it, they can send the directions to their phone, do whatever. If they're on a mobile device and they have Google Maps installed, it will open the Google Maps application where they can then take over and, you know, get the directions, do whatever they want, but then they can do it natively within Google Maps and have all the access to all the information that's in Google Apps, like the reviews and kind of all that fun stuff. So this is a kind of a cool way to do it, again, because it's not as resource intensive to load the map, assuming you're not using a 2.5 megabyte image. But you're going to have those other added benefits as well. So there's 3 different ways to embed a Google Map into your website without using the Google Maps API, without having to enter credit card information and deal with the billing. If you guys have any questions about how to implement this, definitely let me know in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter. Both WP Creators Club and Alex W. Brinkman are on Twitter, so find us there. Or again, just drop something in the comments, drop a message in the comments. If you have a different way that you found that you like better than these ways, I'd love to hear about them too. So, all right, guys, I will see you in the next video, and happy designing.